day after. We put our first coat of tinted sealer down, and you can see the old concrete absorbed it in. So I'm going to give it a second shot to get it to where I want to match my newer concrete. Again, I apologize with the noise. We are on a main street in a small city here in central PA. Kids out in the street, everything. But you can hear me and we'll get this done. You want to put on the second coat just the way you did the first. But you want to make sure you uniformly brush it out. And I'll show you. Again, I'm starting on this one here. And I'm going to do this piece last because it was a little damp there still. So, again, just going to come. Second coat goes on much easier than the first. And then we're going to go over this with our clear gloss when it dries. As you can see, we're matching our colors right away on the second coat. And I put it on so it's a little, not just exact, fully covered. I brush it on like lightly so it lets some of that aggregate and the stone come through. Now that's a nice, and that's how it's going to look with the gloss sealer on it when we get to that point. And the gloss sealer we're going to roll on after we cut it in. But that's perfect. Again, just, and this is a tinted sealer again. So you're sealing your pores in your concrete at the same time. It'll bead up when the water hits it just like this. Nothing will go into it, and this will last. This is a very good product, and I don't get paid to push products, and I don't want to. I'm just showing you what I believe works for me and what I've tried out in the past. So stay with me today, and we'll get this through, and I'm going to show you what it looks like with the second coat on. And again, remember, you also want to keep stirring your stain. I have a stirring stick. I'll keep stirring it as I go so the pigment doesn't drop to the bottom, because the pigment will drop to the bottom, so we got to keep it stirring it up. All right. All right, I got my one area done here. It's looking perfect, just the way I want it. Move it on to my second, bang this out and get her done. And again, this is a tinted concrete sealer. This is not stained. I do not recommend you staining your concrete, especially with the products that are sold today. Use a tinted sealer, it does both, or you could use an acid stain on your concrete, which is really good. These other products that are used, they claim to be concrete stained, really are not. So stick with a good manufacturer, do your homework online, and as I told you, Direct Colors, where I get this from, has a lot of photos, information, everything, and then you can contact me on my website, Facebook, or Twitter, and I'll be happy to give you any information you need on how to get this done. Okay, I'm going to bang out this last section. Just so everybody knows, this took about 1.5 gallons of stain. 1 gallon for the first coat and 0.5 gallon for the second coat. second coat you don't use as much, and even with the sealer is going to go further as well, because the pores are being sealed and sealed each time you apply it. And you can see the difference with our second coat. I know the sun's here, but you can really see the difference. So I'm going to get this done, and I'll catch up to you when I'm finished. All right, we got it finished up. As you can see, second coat turned out beautiful. What I'm going to do now, you want to let this dry overnight, and tomorrow I'll catch back up with you to do the last part, which is the gloss sealer on here, and we'll get her done. I'll show you how to put the gloss sealer on, which is a clear sealer. There's no tint in this now. Our tint was in our semi-gloss, and I like it as a base, and I found when I put the gloss over it, it gives me a tough surface, and there's no problems, and it gives it that nice sheen. And I'm going to even coat the bricks that I relayed, and they were made to look old. So what I'm using is from the same company, Direct Colors. It's a high gloss sealer, and people ask, is it slippery? Not really. This actually, the traction is very good on this, even when it's wet. Again, I apologize for the noise, and it's dusk out, so I'm going to try to show you the best I can so we can bang this out. I poured some in there already from a leftover can I had. I'm going to use the same 4-inch brush I used for the stain. I cleaned it with some lacquer thinner, and I'm using a foam roller. You'll eat this roller up by the time you're done. Big surfaces, you can use a long, wider one. I'm going to use a foam roller to get this on here. All you do, take your sealer, come along the same way you did the stain. And you'll see it's going to darken our concrete up as well. The color. And that's the color I'm looking for, that nice rich charcoal gray. And I'm just going to cut in my edges quick. And the sealer goes further than the stain because your pores are already stained. Pores are already filled. Then take your roller, come in here, and pow. Once your roller gets going and soaked up a little bit, go right on. There we go. See how nice and rich that dry, and I like it that the aggregate stones coming through it. Now it's going to all differ on what you're putting it on. And I'm just using an old roller handle because I don't need to use anything fancy for this. That's that. Stay with me. And again, I apologize for the noise from these cars, but we're on the street, and I think this is a perfect spot to show you what we're doing here. Let me get this cut in and banged out before I use daylight. My cameraman will follow me the whole way. All right? Now what I'm going to do is come back, start over there, and I know the light's getting down, but you'll understand the gist of it, and I'm going to show you this finished in the morning so you can get a full on this episode of staining and sealing concrete, so you can see it finished in the sunlight, how it looks. I'm going to come back now, I'm going to roll over the brick and get it wrapped up before it gets too dark. But as you can see, it looks incredible. And this is how it's going to dry, just like this. Nice and shiny, and it's not slippery at all. Not at all. But it gives you that gloss look, and it's this company that this product come from, Direct Colors, it does it. And I'm not getting pushed from Direct Colors. It's just a product I know that works. What I'm going to do now, because with the brick, it'll darken the brick up, and it's going to make it look rich the way I want it to look. And that's what this sealer is about. It's just tinted sealers 10 times better than staining concrete with your standard big store brand concrete stain, as they call it. You could acid wash stain, that'll be another show we're going to do, which is a whole different animal. But I like this. For your home, this is perfect. You want to do your sidewalks, your walks around your pool, you can't get anything better than a tinted sealer, and then seal it on top of that. Or you can just leave it at this tinted sealer. I just put the top coat on. If I wasn't doing a gloss, I'd use a satin clear sealer on top of the tinted satin, so it gives it that base, the finished sheen. I'm just using my brush now, and I'm going over the brick quick, cutting in the edge, and then you just use the roller, come right back over that. And you can see how nice the brick darkened up. Looks rich. And that's the look I want for this particular home, but new brick would turn out even better. Okay, that's a wrap. I'm going to catch up with you in the morning, show you how this is dry. And again, on my show, my regular home improvement show, as well as on our how-to videos, I show it to you straight, from morning to dusk. Simplest tools, what you need to do. This is not some, sets, props, etc. This is the real deal. Even the noise of the traffic in the back. But you can see how nice this has come out now. Morning we'll go over it and I'm going to show you again. But very simple. So if you're looking to stain your concrete, get a tinted sealer. Much better, much easier to do, and it will last much longer, and you'll get professional results. Morning. As you can see, the high gloss sealer is dried. It's got a nice bold finish to it, nice rich charcoal gray. That's what I was looking for. And now this is just one coat. As I told you, you can put on multiple coats and it'll bring it even deeper. For the season, I'm going to leave this over the winter, and in the spring I'm going to hit it again. Remember, if you're going to stain your concrete, use a tinted sealer with a clear sealer over it, and you'll get a great long-lasting product from it. Again, thank you for joining Getting It Done at Home, how to. Stay tuned for many more videos to come.